Okay, hello there. Welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph, and I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock, hard rock, heavy metal, and other forms of rock music. So it's Wednesday night favorites. So we're going to do something a little bit unusual. This was a suggestion by one of my subscribers. He made it a few weeks ago, and I thought it sounded pretty cool. He said, why not give us your top 10 favorite songs, solo songs from members of Genesis? I thought this was a pretty cool idea. But I've taken it just a little bit further. I decided not to include Peter Gabriel in this list. And there's one really good reason why I chose not to do Peter Gabriel. The reason being that the entire top 10 list would be dominated by him to the point of all 10 songs likely would be on Gabriel. So might as well just do a top 10 Gabriel. But since I've already done a top 10 Gabriel, you can go and look at that if you want to add that to this. It would be okay with me. I'm okay with that. So these are just my 10 favorites, and they're just my 10 favorites for today because to be honest with you, there's a couple songs at the bottom that are fairly new to me but make the list just because I like them. It gives an honorable mention to a couple of members that probably wouldn't get mentioned up here. Pretty much dominated by two guys here. So anyways, I'll do what I always do, which is just give you my 10th or least favorite to my first or top favorite. Okay, keep in mind I'm not going to do any honorable mentions here because basically I would just be reaming off Phil Collins' solo albums, and I don't really want to do that. So today it'll just be the top 10. Okay, so coming in at number 10, This Is Love. It's off Tony Banks' solo albums. I don't have any of Tony Banks' solo albums. I have heard this track. I liked it. I've listened to it maybe half a dozen times. Pretty good track. I like the girl's voice on it. Of course, his keyboards are good as always. So coming in at number 10 is Tony Banks' This Is Love. Now number 9 is from an album that I started to get into, and a solo career that has much intrigued me, and I've started to get into that as well. We're talking about Steve Hackett and his Acolyte. Great song. I'm pretty sure that given time, he will come to dominate these charts. He's got so many good albums out there that I haven't gotten to listen to yet. Pretty much Phil Collins is dominated because he's got so many albums that I've actually had a chance to go through quite a bit on. So coming in at number 8 is A Day to Remember from Mike Rutherford off his Acting Very Strange album. I like this album quite a bit. There's a remarkable similarity in vocal style and sound to Mike Rutherford and Peter Gabriel. I mean, I can tell which is which. It's not a problem, but there is a remarkable sound that's similar to the two of them. Perhaps that's the reason why I like this album quite so much. Coming in at number 7, of course, is Phil Collins' big monster opening hit, which was In the Air Tonight. My daughter loves this song quite a bit too, so for sentimental reasons it's up here. Comes in at number 7 with those heavy drums and his face. He likes to put his face on every cover at different angles. Coming in at number 6 is a song from an album that I like quite a bit, which is Hello, I Must Be Going. Features this song, These Walls. I've actually seen the video for this too. It's a really cool video. Phil Collins, his songs were very in style at the time they came out. They kind of sound kind of codependent, I guess is the word. A lot of them sound like I'm listening through the walls and people are different. Anyways, I like the song quite a bit. Next up in number 5 comes again from Acting Very Strange, which is Maxine. Pretty heavy song for Genesis sounding. And Mike Rutherford does a great job here singing. I'm surprised he doesn't do more singing on their album. He really has a very Gabriel sounding album, voice, but I guess maybe it's technology. Maybe it doesn't sound as good live. I don't know. Anyways, Maxine. Number 4, also coming from Phil Collins, is I Don't Care Anymore, which is kind of just very similar to In the Air Tonight. They're both very similar songs, same keys and everything like that. So I like this one a little more. It's a little more forceful and a little bit heavier, it's actually one of the heavier Phil Collins' songs, I think. So coming in at number 3 is the title track from Mike Rutherford's solo album, which is Acting Very Strange. Song had some meaning for me when I was a teenager, personal meaning, and so I think it's really appropriate to do it and have it on this list. So coming in at number 3, Mike Rutherford's Acting Very Strange. Number 2 is a bit of a different song. It perhaps shouldn't be on this list because it's a duet. Instead of just being Phil Collins singing, he does a duet with Philip Bailey. They call it Easy Lover. Really good track. I like it quite a bit. He did lots of stuff like this in the 80s. A very poppy musician, but very catchy. He just knew how to write songs, you know. He was really catchy. He just came out in his own with this kind of stuff. So Easy Lover, that's the name of the song here. Number 1, it's been number 1 for some time. It's a song I like quite a bit. Has some personal meanings for me. It's kind of wussy in a way. It's kind of a wimpy song, but you know, a lot of these solo stuff I listen to just because they happen to be members of a band that I like quite a bit. And Genesis is one of the few, if not the only band whose solo stuff I like quite a bit, like all of them. So anyways, we're talking about number 1 is Like China from the Hello I Must Be Going album, which has a couple tracks on here. So there you have it. My top 10 favorite songs by members of Genesis in their solo careers. So go back over them 1 to 10. Like China from Phil Collins. Easy Lover from Phil Collins. Acting Very Strange from Mike Rutherford. I Don't Care Anymore by Phil Collins. At Maxine by Mike Rutherford. These Walls by Phil Collins. In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. A Day to Remember by Mike Rutherford. The Acolyte by Steve Hackett. And This Is Love by Tony Banks. Now, I have to say that if I did the top 10 Gabriel, I would think that the number 10 Gabriel song would be in first place here. So there would have been no point in doing adding Gabriel to it. So that's why I didn't put him in there. But if you do like Peter Gabriel, and I hope you do, you can go look at my top 10 video, which I will set up so that it comes up at the end of this video. So I hope you like and subscribe to this video and that you enjoy this episode. And we will be seeing you next week on favorites, on my Wednesday night favorites. Take care.